Hey guys, it's Justin from Team 53. Just wanted to give you an update on the SARA Super Series race from January 30th. I wasn't sure that I was going to race at all for Oxford. It's just a really tough technical track. It's really, really hard to pass, and I've never really had good luck there, but decided to give it a shot. Want to thank all of our sponsors that help us go around in virtual circles. Impel Motorsports, impelmotorsports.com. We've got real race car parts, sim racing parts, and accessories. Precision Pair Marketing. If you're a small business owner and you're looking to do a little bit more SEO work or partner with someone, Precision Pair is a great place to go. Dancing Goat Distillery. It's a local distillery here in Wisconsin. They do a ton of cool stuff. They make a great brandy that I love to have with my brandy old fashions. And Coach Dave Academy, those guys have done a ton to help teach me some road course stuff, as well as given us a great tool to use for telemetry and everything on the fake race cars. So here we go. Here's how the night went. So for qualifying, I really didn't know what we were going to have happen. The track swung from being about 116 degrees down to about 108 degrees for my qual lap, and the car just felt really tight. So I used the iRacing trick of stopping and then going into the garage and freeing up the car a little bit and then coming back out. So you guys will see me do that here. We're parked on the grid. Here's where we're going to go invisible, and we go into the garage to work on the car. Just it's tough, when you've got a family and you don't have a ton of time that you want to spend um, building setups. So we hopped in here for lap two. You'll see we go back out, and now I knew I needed to make the perfect lap. I had told my spotter Jacob beforehand that I thought a 9 was going to be good enough, and it was trending that I was going to need an 8 to make it in. We had 30 plus guys shooting for 28 spots on time. So we come around here and I'm going into turn three, and I knew at this point right here that my lap was going to be good enough to make it. And then it was just making sure I didn't mess it up. So we ended up qualifying 20th with an 892. Like 5th through 20th was less than a tenth separating them. So it's super tight racing here in Super Series. So here's kind of the start of the Super Series race, and these starts are always they're really difficult because you have a lot of guys in the back. Somebody might have just qualified poorly, somebody in the front who's just a hot lapper, and so you really have to kind of have your head on a swivel. So I had kind of gone into this expecting just to kind of ride and not do a whole lot here early on. We only had about 10 laps of practice on this car other than what we had in the session, so I really didn't know what it was going to do long run. And that's always super dicey. So we're just kind of riding here, and you're going to see up there towards the front that there's going to be a huge stack up coming here in about a lap. And it just, a guy got underneath the guy coming off the corner, and it just creates a huge mess when they stack up here at the front. You'll see the 20 car hit into the 23, and then them kind of start sliding there. And we slowed down good enough, and we just kind of made it through. And that's really what I was looking for was just going to be a lot of wrecks to help us move forward. So here we have caution number two of the night. It happens at the start of the field, and it's just guys trying to get down to the bottom and guys not wanting to give an inch. So you see a spin out there, and it doesn't really stack up the field too bad. We all get woed down and we get through it. At this point, I was just hoping that the 53 car, we'd get a few more cautions and guys would keep wrecking. Because the more guys that went to the back, the better. But we just didn't get a lot of damage from these spins. It was just spins, and then guys would sit, and their cars were fine. So it made it difficult. But super early caution, second one of the night, and I'm really at this point I just wanted some green flag laps to really get the car to come in and get a nice feel for what was going on with it. So here we are about midway through the race, and this is really when I started to realize that this setup was probably not going to be the best for us. We tried something new that we hadn't tried before, and it just swung really, really tight. And I mean, it happens in real racing. It happens in sim racing. You just miss the setup a little bit, and especially in the Super Series, where we're all pretty much running the same speed. We're all, 5,000 plus I rating, if not more. It just makes it really, really tough to be off, even just in a little bit. So here, I had been begging for a long run. I got my long run, and I kind of realized we're going to be a short run car. So at this point, I was just hoping kind of to get a caution here and to be able to pit and make some spring perch adjustments. You see me running him way wide there. I mean, it wasn't really anything intentional, just didn't have the car that I thought I did. I wanted to try the second lane, and it just really wasn't there. So we just kind of started settling at this point and trying to stay out of people's way, not ruining races too bad, and hope that we could get a caution at some point. So here, about lap 66, we got the caution that I was looking for during that long run. And so I decided to come in, and I didn't do any check to see where our pit stall was. So I come in here and I missed the back end of the pits. So we have to do the dreaded pass through, and then we come back around and we'll get our proper pit stall spot. Just, kind of a reminder of the night for us of just not having practice, not gone through our paces in a while, and just really, really not being as committed as what we need to be to running well here in the Super Series. And like I said, I mean, this SOF for this race was a 5100, and so you really have to be there and you have to be ready for it. So here we are finding our pit stall here in the back, and making a little bit of a spring perch adjustment, which it turned out to not be nearly enough of a spring perch adjustment of what we needed. So we come back out and we get our choose cone, and we get going. So we had a nice short run after that last caution, and I came back down and I did not pit under the caution right after that, and that's where I probably made an error, and I should have, because you can see right here the car is already super tight, and we're just trying to do our best to stay off of the car above us and not park our car on the car behind us. And it comes down to just really needing, you have to put practice and time in for this. Guys think, oh, I'll be okay. I know what I've got, and you really don't until you're in a race like this. So we just kind of settled here and kind of gradually tried to pace ourselves. And towards the end of the race, we just kind of fought for what we could at the end. And it's a bummer. It stinks, but we know what we need to do better, and we're ready to do that. And I appreciate all the guys at Team 53, everybody that's hopped in our Discord, all the support on this channel. Sim racing is, I mean, it's just like real racing, where the amount of preparation that you put in away from the track is what you get when you're on the track. And this week we just didn't put in enough preparation, and that's okay. We'll come back and we'll try again next week. So thanks for watching. If you can, make sure you hit the like, make sure you hit the subscribe button. It does a ton, helps out our channel. If you're interested in joining me in the Team 53 Discord, you can hop in there. I'll have it linked in the description of this video. And I hope to see everybody again. And leave me a comment. Let me know what you'd like to see in videos in the future. Thanks.